Number 8, who is the last Tudor monarch? Genuinely, this is why I regret doing these videos. Hey guys, welcome back to the Girl Gone London channel. If you're new here, my name is Kaylin. I'm a dual UK and American citizen, and today I'm taking the ultimate British quiz with 99 questions. Okay, so first things first is an update, because I know that some of you who are following me in real time, i.e. are not watching this in the year 2032, have noticed that I've gone a little bit quiet on YouTube. I am still around. I have not up and moved to the US. I'm still firmly planted in the UK. I've just been enjoying summer. Also, it's been really hot, which makes you not want to do much. And back in the day when I first started my channel, I spent a lot of time in my house because it was a pandemic, and also because I had no friends and no life after that. So I've been trying to fix that and living my life and getting out and doing things and getting back into hobbies and really trying to be an example of somebody who is thriving in their expat life in the UK, or I guess, am I really an expat anymore? Not really. Thriving in their dual citizenship lifestyle, and not just in their house all the time. So anyway, nice to see you. How have you been? I hope you've been well. Let me know in the comments what you've been up to lately. And one more update before we get on to the quiz is that this video is sponsored by the lovely Skillshare. I have also been using Skillshare to help me get into some crafting and gardening and things that can, like I said, get me out of my house, or at least doing something different. This month, I've actually been taking a class more for my business sense. So it's called Finding Success Online by a woman named Kate Ahrens. And it's really applicable to me because, as you know, my entire job and life now is on the internet, not just through this YouTube channel, but also through girlgonelondon.com and various other websites that I own. So I've been using Skillshare this month to really figure out where I want to take my business, really think about what it means to run a business online that doesn't actually, you can't touch it. I don't sell products that you can actually touch. There's no storefront. It all exists on the internet. And I know it's a really strange concept for many, including for my parents and relatives who, you know, this was not an option back in the day. And it certainly wasn't an option when I was growing up either. I did not grow up thinking that my career would be on the internet, but here we are. So I've been using Skillshare for that this month. If you're also interested in like business topics, even things like investment, you can take Skillshare classes to kind of learn more about that. And there's also plenty of classes on more hands-on things. So like I said, like gardening, crafting, cooking, language learning, the list goes on. And as usual with Skillshare videos, I do have an offer for you included in this video. So the first 1,000 people to sign up using the link below will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. So you can go in for free and check out the classes that I'm talking about and see if you can find something that's right for you. Okay, now on to the video. Okay, so I found this quiz of a bunch of questions about British life and culture and geography, and I'm going to try and find the recording function on my phone, the first time I've used it, to see if we can answer some questions together. I know you guys love a good bit of trivia, and also I like quizzing myself to see how much I know about the UK. So I think we're recording now. Let me just pull it up. And here we go. Okay. I haven't really pre-vetted this quiz to see A, if I know the answers and won't look stupid, or B, if they're any good. So we're just gonna jump in this together and see what we think. Okay, round 1. I think all of the answers are at the end as well, so stick around. Easy UK general knowledge. We'll see about that. Again, I do this and I'm like, oh, this will be a good idea for a video because people like watching me do quizzes. And then I'm like, do they just like it because I look like a fool though? I'm always kind of regretting it as we start out. Okay, number 1. Which currency is used in the United Kingdom? The pound sterling. Number 2, which countries are part of the United Kingdom? England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland. Boom. Which political party was Tony Blair the leader of? This is embarrassing. He wasn't a conservative, I'm pretty sure. Was he Labour or Lib Dem? Tony Blair. It must be Labour. Tony Blair was part of the Labour Party. What is the capital of Northern Ireland? Is it Belfast? Who is married to Prince William? Kate. What is the largest country in the UK? I think that would probably have to be England. What is the name of the national anthem? God Save the Queen. How is the flag of the UK called? What is the flag of the UK called? The Union Jack. How many countries... What? How many countries have a land border with the UK? Plus bonus points for the names. That would be 1. Ireland. Number 10. Who was the UK's first female prime minister? Was it Margaret Thatcher? That's a genuine question as a response to, that's a guess. What was Mary I of England's nickname? I have no idea, but the only thing that comes to my head is Bloody Mary. I don't know. Number 12, what is James Bond's code name? I've only seen one James Bond, the most recent. Is it GoldenEye? 007? Now I'm just saying James Bond related phrases I know. 007. Or is it GoldenEye? James Bond. His code name. I'm gonna go GoldenEye. Who lives at 221B Baker Street? Sherlock Holmes, and also there's a game in the UK called 221B Baker Street that is excellent. Number 14, which British actor portrayed Nicholas Angel in Hot Fuzz? I have never seen Hot Fuzz, so my guess is going to be very bad on this one. Colin Firth. Okay, next question. Okay, now we're on easy multiple choice questions. Okay. In which London park is Winter Wonderland, the Christmas market? Don't even need multiple choice. Hyde Park. Girl Gone London. Hello. Which flower is worn for Remembrance Day? That would be the poppy. In which time zone is the UK? It is GMT, which I believe is Greenwich Mean Time, because you can stand in Greenwich on the line of the time zones. In which UK city was J.K. Rowling living when she wrote most of the Harry Potter books? The answer, I believe, is for Edinburgh. Number 5, in which city was the Titanic built? It was built in Belfast, and I know this because I've been to the Titanic Museum in Belfast, which is, hands down, the best. I mean, it's a little sad of a topic that people are fascinated with because it's a whole tragedy, but it's the best museum about the Titanic and the tragedy that I have ever been to. It has a full-on ride in it. It's incredible. Not riding on the Titanic, but you're like riding through the like the factory that built the Titanic. That's the theme. It's really good. If you're in Belfast, you should go. Which one of the following wasn't written by William Shakespeare? I'm going to go with Oliver Twist was not written by Shakespeare. Number 7, I don't even know how to pronounce this name. I've never seen Outlander. What is Sam Heughan's, I know that's going to be wrong, character in Outlander? Again, I've heard good things, have never seen it, so I can't even guess on. I mean, I'm going to guess Lord John Grey, but I've never seen it. Number 8, who is the longest reigning monarch in English history? Queen Elizabeth II. Number 9, where are the jewels of the crown stored? The Tower of London. Number 10. Which viaduct is known as the Harry Potter Viaduct? So that is going to be number 4. I've never heard this pronounced out loud. I've only seen it written. So here we go. Glenfinnan Viaduct? Glenfinnan. I know that's the correct answer. I don't know if I'm saying it right. And the reason I also know that is because the Scotland group tour that I am taking a group on in early September, we are going there. So I should probably learn how to pronounce it before then. Okay, round 3. UK geography trivia. I've never been good at geography. Okay, number 1. What is the highest mountain in the UK? I swear I knew this at some point in my journey here. The highest mountain. It's going to be somewhere in Scotland, is it not? Bend something. The highest mountain. No, I know. Or is it in the Lake District? Oh, God. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know that one. What is the longest river in the UK? Also, I'm going to guess the Thames, but that's because it's basically the only river that I know. In which national park can you find Mam Tor? Absolutely no idea. 4. Which Welsh village is a copy of an Italian town? Is that, do you say it like Port Marion? I think that's the right answer. Again, I read a lot of things. I read articles, but nobody talks about these things to me out loud, so I don't know how everything is pronounced. 5. Which river flows through London? That's the Thames, so we're going to guess I was wrong on the earlier one. 6. In which UK county can you find the small town of Salcombe? I have absolutely no idea. So I'll guess a random UK county that I know of. Let's guess. Let's guess Buckinghamshire. Number 7, what is the capital of Jersey? Absolutely zero idea. This is a bad section for me. In which UK country is the Giant's Causeway? Northern Ireland. What is the largest national park in the UK? The largest one? Is it? I don't know. Does the Lake District count as a national park? We're gonna guess that. How many national parks are there in Wales? I'm gonna guess. Ooh, I'm gonna guess 9. Okay, true or false questions. 50-50. There are over 65 million people living in the UK. True. The Prime Minister is the head of government. Technically, yes. But is it also technically no because the monarch is? Where are we going with this one? I'm going to go true. Number 3, Northern Ireland is in Great Britain. False. Great Britain is England, Scotland, and Wales. 4, Scots Gaelic is an official language in Scotland. I'm going to go with true. 5, Queen Victoria was born in Kensington Palace. I don't know 100%, but I'm just going to go true because that sounds right. 6, Gibraltar is a UK territory. I'm going to go false. Number 7, Windsor Castle is the largest occupied castle in the world. Windsor Castle is the largest, is it? The largest occupied castle. It is quite big, but is it that big? I'm gonna go false. Number 8, Lily Allen is Scottish. I think so. True. Phil Collins' daughter is in the Netflix show Emily in Paris? I don't know. True. Winston Churchill was Prime Minister during World War One. False. He was Prime Minister during World War II. Okay, round 5. Medium UK general knowledge trivia questions. Okay, number 1. Who is the head of state of the UK? Okay, so that's the monarch, right? 2. Who, oh no, oh, this is actual questions. Okay. Who was I can do this. I can do this. Who was the Prime Minister during the Brexit referendum? David Cameron. Number 3. What was Margaret Thatcher's nickname? Probably if I had multiple choice, I would recognize this, but I don't know. Where do British coronations take place? I should really know this. Where does a coronation, like at Buckingham Palace? Yeah, we're gonna guess Buckingham Palace. 5. Who was defeated during the Battle of Waterloo? Napoleon. Number 6. During which battle did Lord Nelson die? Is it the Battle of Britain? Number 7. In which London cathedral did Prince Charles and Diana get married? Westminster. 8. What are 2 football teams in Manchester? Man City and Manchester United. What does BBC stand for? British Broadcasting Channel? Wait, BBC. British Broadcasting, I guess, Channel. Why do I keep thinking in my head British Broadcasting Service? I bet the C stands for channel. We'll guess that. But that also doesn't seem like the BBC would be saying British Broadcasting something. 10. What is the most common name for Guy Fawkes Night, Fireworks Night, or Bonfire Night? I would say those are both equally used. 11. Which British author wrote the James Bond novels? I have zero idea. My James Bond knowledge is terrible. Number 12. Which ancient volcano is located in Holyrood Park in Edinburgh? Okay, I've done this multiple times. I've been there. It's on the tip of my tongue. If you climb... Oh, this is gonna bother me. Wait. You climb... Arthur's Seat. Wait. What? What's the name of the volcano? I don't know. You climb Arthur's Seat. Okay. 13. How many bank holidays are there in England and Wales? Per year, like 10, like 11? 11? 14. When is St. George's Day? I'm pretty sure it's April 20th or 21st, but I'm gonna guess the 20th. 15. After London, what is the largest city in the UK? After London, what is the largest city? It's gotta be somewhere, I mean... I kind of want to guess Birmingham. Is that weird? Like, part of me thinks maybe Manchester, but then part of me is like, I don't know, maybe Birmingham. I'm guessing Birmingham. By the way, Americans have a Birmingham in Alabama, and we pronounce it Birmingham. So saying Birmingham is always very strange to me. Okay, next. Multiple choice questions. When was the gunpowder plot? I'm gonna guess 1605. Which city are people from a Scouse with a Scouse accent from? Liverpool. Number 4. Which London skyscraper is the tallest? It is the Shard. I lived here when the Shard was being built. I remember how much news and like hype was surrounding it, and the fact that it was the tallest. If you eat bangers and mash, what are bangers? Those are sausages. Which actress was the first one to portray the Queen in the Netflix show The Crown? I have no idea. I don't recognize any of these names. We're gonna go with someone named Olivia Colman. What was the first capital of England? Ooh, that's interesting. The first capital of England, was it Winchester? I'm not entirely sure, but that's a guess. Which of the following cities is the further north? Aberdeen, Dundee, Belfast, or Newcastle? Okay, not Newcastle. Is it Aberdeen? Number 8, who is the last Tudor monarch? Genuinely, this is why I regret doing these videos. Here's the thing. I'm sure if you grew up in this country, you're like, the Tudors, I know exactly all of it. I know all the kings and queens and all the names. It's not been part of my education. I've learned a million times. I forget every single time. I know Queen Elizabeth II is currently on the throne. The rest of them, not entirely sure. So we're gonna guess the last Tudor monarch was Edward VI. Okay, where were the Beatles from? The Beatles were from Liverpool. Which of the following islands is not in Skyland? In Scotland. Okay, the Isle of Skye is Scotland. Okay, I know this one. The Isle of Man is not Scotland. Okay, here we go. Next round. Who was England's first Norman king? This is like my life in the UK test all over again. I don't know. Someone named Dave. What are people from Manchester called? Oh, like Mancunian? I don't know. Who is Elton John lyricist? Oh, I have literally no idea. I like how I said oh as if I somehow realized something. Where did Harry and Meghan get married? They got married in Windsor Castle. 6. What is the largest lake in the UK? Ooh. Okay, is that one of the lakes in the Lake District? Lake... Windermere? Which UK department store calls itself the world's most famous department store? I don't know. The UK department store. It's not John Lewis, is it? I'm not gonna lie. Whatever store it is, I'm not sure why they call themselves that, because I didn't, like, outside of the UK, I'm not sure which UK specific department stores people really know. We're gonna go with John Lewis. Which UK university is the oldest university in the English speaking world? Is it Oxford? Number 10, what is the most watched TV show in the UK? Totally a guess. Well, it could be a soap. But if it's not a soap, I bet it's Strictly Come Dancing. Okay, more multiple choice questions. In which small town was Charles Darwin born? Well, we talked about Salcombe earlier as a small town, so we're gonna guess number 3. Who is regarded as the first Prime Minister of the United Kingdom? No, this is where I can just hear you shouting at me with the answers. We're gonna go with someone named Robert Walpole, because that's the only name I recognize, but he could equally have, like, invented the fork or something. Which Nobel Prize did Churchill win? I believe he won a literature prize, possibly. How many stations does the London Underground serve? 172? That's my guess. Which castle is the real life version of Downton Abbey? That is number 1. Do you pronounce it Highclere? Highclere Castle? Which English county is the further south? Somerset? I don't know. How long is the Channel Tunnel? I genuinely don't know. I'm gonna guess 30 miles, 31 miles, or whatever it says. What is Adele's best-selling single? It's gotta be Rolling in the Deep. Okay, when was Ed Sheeran born? I don't know. We're gonna say he was born in 1989. When did John Lewis launch the first Christmas advert? Was it 1977? Oh, here we go. UK picture quiz, everybody. Okay, name the landmark and the country. Okay, let's zoom in here. Number 1, that is Arthur's Seat in Edinburgh, 100%. Number 2, Tower of London. Oh, in the country. Okay, so Scotland for the first one. Number 2 is Tower of London in England. Number 3 is Stonehenge, also in England. Number 4, that's probably the White Cliffs of Dover, also England. Number 5, is this the Glenfinnan Viaduct in Scotland? Number 6, I'm not entirely sure. Oh wait. Number 6, I'm guessing Northern Ireland. Number 7, I don't know. That just looks like a rock. We'll also go Northern Ireland. Number 8. Ah! Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Our quiz. Our quiz. Hang on. Hold the phone. Okay. Fine. We won't zoom in. Number 8 looks, I don't know. Looks like a Welsh rock, I guess. Number 9 is the London Eye in England. And number 10 looks very fancy. Northern Ireland? We'll see. Okay, here we go. On to the answers. We've made it through. So tally up. Somebody tally up how many I got right and how many you got right. Let me know. Okay. Which currency is the United Kingdom? The pound, yes. Which countries are part of the United Kingdom? England, Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland. I was doing so well up until this point. Which political party was Tony Blair the leader of? It was Labour. I got there in the end. What is the capital of Northern Ireland? It was Belfast. Who is married to Prince William? Kate Middleton. What is the largest country in the UK? England. So far, I got them all right. What is the name of the national anthem? God Save the Queen. What is the flag of the Union Jack of the UK called? Union Jack, got that right. How many countries have a land border with the UK? 1, Ireland. Knew it, trick question, because they said how many countries. I thought they might have been wrong. Who was the UK's first female prime minister? Margaret Thatcher, so far so good. What was Mary I of England's nickname? Bloody Mary, what a guess. Number 12, what is James Bond's codename? 007. Was GoldenEye just the name of one of the movies? Was that the villain? I guess it, 007. I did mention it, but I didn't choose that in the end. 13, who lives at 221B Baker Street? Sherlock Holmes. 14, which British actor portrayed Nicholas Angel in Hot Fuzz? Simon Pegg. Okay. Here we go. The multiple choice questions. Winter Wonderland is in Hyde Park. The poppy is worn for Remembrance Day. GMT is the UK time zone. J.K. Rowling wrote most of her books in Edinburgh. The Titanic was built in Belfast. Oliver Twist was not written by Shakespeare. Sam Heughan's character in Outlander is Jamie Fraser. Never again. I should watch it. The longest reigning monarch in English history, Queen Elizabeth II. Where are the jewels of the crown stored? The Tower of London and the Harry Potter Viaduct. Got that one right. I was gonna guess Ben Nevis, whatever. The highest mountain in the UK. I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to sound stupid, which was dumb because I just sound stupid in the rest of the video. Anyway, Ben Nevis, I think it is. Ben Nevis? Ben, you can never tell. The longest river in the UK, not the Thames. Another thing I can't pronounce. River, I've heard it before. Like Cern, river, I feel like it's not River Severn. River, lived here 10 years. Okay, in which national park can you find Mam Tor? The Peak District. Which Welsh village is a copy of an Italian town? It is, I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but that's what I was getting at. Port Marion. Which river flows through London? The Thames. In which UK county can you find the small town of Salcombe? Devon. What is the capital of Jersey? Did not know. In which UK country is the Giant's Causeway, Northern Ireland. Oh, the largest national park in the UK is, I think you pronounce it the Cairngorms? Yeah. Why is everything so hard to pronounce in this country? Yeah, it's like the Cairngorms. How many national parks are there in Wales? Apparently there's only 3. I thought there was 9. Okay, true or false? There are over 65 million people living in the UK. True. Prime Minister is the head of government. True. Northern Ireland is in Great Britain. False. Scots Gaelic is an official language in Scotland. True. Queen Victoria was born in Kensington Palace. True. Gibraltar is a UK territory. I said false. Windsor Castle is the largest occupied castle in the world. Apparently that's true. Lily Allen is not Scottish. She's English. I'm sorry, Lily Allen. I don't even know who you are. Phil Collins' daughter is in the Netflix show Emily in Paris. Apparently true. Winston Churchill was prime minister during World War II, not World War I. Okay, the next ones, the head of state of the UK is the monarch. David Cameron was prime minister during Brexit referendum. Margaret Thatcher's nickname was the Iron Lady. Would have gotten that on multiple choice, but could come up with it myself. Where do British coronations take place? Right, Westminster Abbey in London. In hindsight, I knew this. Buckingham Palace, not the answer, but they do take place in London. In my defense, I've never seen a British coronation. One has not happened in my lifetime. Who was defeated during the Battle of Waterloo? Napoleon. Oh no! Number 6. Lord Nelson died during the Battle of Trafalgar, which I knew. I said the Battle of Britain, which I'm pretty sure now is like a World War, is it a World War I or World War II battle? I think, involving planes. Listen, I'm American. What can I say? In which London cathedral did Princess Charles and Diana get married? Apparently they got married at St. Paul's. I did not know that. The 2 football teams in Manchester, Manchester City and Manchester United, got that. BBC stands for the British Broadcasting Company. I knew that they weren't going to say channel, but I could not think of the C. The most common name for Guy Fawkes Night, they said Bonfire Night. Which British author wrote the James Bond novels? Ian Fleming. Which ancient volcano is located in Holyrood Park? Arthur's Seat. I did get that one. How many bank holidays are there in England and Wales? How many did I say? Like 11? St. George's Day. Okay, St. George's Day is the 23rd of April. I was debating between the 20th and the 21st and probably would have bet my life that at least one of those were right. So there you go. After London, what is the largest city in the UK? Birmingham. Redeemed myself. When was the gunpowder plot? 1605. I got that wrong. Which city are people with a Scouse accent from? Liverpool. Got that right. Which London skyscraper is the tallest? The Shard. If you eat bangers and mash, you're having sausages. The actress to portray the Queen was Claire Foy. Again, Claire. I'm sure you're great. Never heard of you. What was the first capital of England? Winchester. Got that right. The furthest north of those cities was Aberdeen. I got that right. The last Tudor monarch was Elizabeth I. You can tell me in the comments all about the different histories of the different eras of monarchs, and I will forget literally as soon as I read it. No offense intended, they just do not stick in my brain. Where were the Beatles from? Liverpool. Which of the following is not in Scotland? The Isle of Man. Who was England's first Norman king? William the Conqueror. Again, I knew that back in the day when I was taking my life in the UK test. It's left my brain now. How are people from Manchester called? Mancunians. I did get that right. Oh, I think I skipped this question. Which famous American was known in the UK under the name Rebecca Rolfe? Pocahontas. Good Disney movie. Who was Elton John's lyricist? Bernie Taupin. Or Topin. No idea. Where did Harry and Meghan get married? Windsor Castle. The largest lake in the UK is not in the Lake District. It's in Northern Ireland. The first national park in the UK was the Peak District. Oh! The UK department store that considers itself the world's most famous is Harrods. I will actually give them that. I will take back what I said. In my defense, I was like, I was thinking of something with a chain of department stores, like Debenhams, which I think have gone out of business, or John Lewis. Harrods didn't cross my mind because I don't think of it so much as a department store, but a tourist attraction these days. But I will accept that they are the world's most famous department store. Which UK university is the oldest university? Oxford, got that right. The most watched TV show in the UK is EastEnders. So it was a soap. It was not Strictly Come Dancing. In which small town was Charles Darwin born? Shrewsbury. Didn't know that. Who was the first Prime Minister of the United Kingdom? Good old Robert Walpole. I knew your name from somewhere. Churchill won a literature prize. The London Underground serves 272 stations, not 172 like I thought. Highclere Castle is the real-life version of Downton Abbey. Somerset is the furthest English county of that list south, and I think I got that right. How long is the Channel Tunnel? 31 miles, got that right. What is Adele's best-selling single? Someone Like You. That's surprising. Ed Sheeran was born in 1991. I was born in 1992, so we are almost the same age. When did John Lewis launch their first Christmas ad? 2007. I was under the impression that the John Lewis Christmas ad thing was a long time running. I did not realize it started in 2007. Okay, the pictures. I got Arthur's Seat, Tower of London, Stonehenge number 3, White Cliffs of Dover number 4. Number 5 is an aqueduct in Wales. Number 6, Fingal's Cave in Scotland. I didn't get that right, I don't think. 7 is Giant's Causeway in Northern Ireland. 8 is the Isle of Skye in Scotland. And London Eye for number 9. And Belfast City Hall for number 10. I think I did guess Northern Ireland. And that brings me to the end of this video. Now, like I said, I debate doing these because I think on one hand, I'm surprised by how much I know, and on the other hand, completely embarrassed by how much I don't know. But I know that you guys like taking these along with me, and they're fun to do. So, like I said, I didn't tally up exactly how many I got right. Maybe you did at home. Maybe you tallied up how many you got right. So let me know in the comments how you did. I feel like I should go read up on probably history and geography. Definitely royal history. Like I said, it doesn't stick in my brain. It's not something I could tell you all about the original 13 colonies. We just don't really learn about the history of the monarchs in the US growing up. And yes, I have learned it occasionally here for certain Life in the UK tests, and we would go to somewhere like Windsor and I would read things and I would say, the this and the that and the Tudors and the Victorias and the Henrys and the this, and then the next day I wake up, it's all gone. So anyway, there you have it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.